Hi everyone, my name is Sherry Gauthier. I'm your Director of Social Media. And today we're talking about Facebook parties and Facebook events, but we'll also be introducing some ideas about how to use Facebook events for different types of activities that help you grow your home party business. But before we get going too much, I'd like to say thank you to your Social Media Advisory Council members. These are leaders that use social media to grow their business. They provide great input, information, and ideas for some of the collateral that we put out for both training and information with respect to social media and your Norwex business. So a big thank you to them. We really should talk about, first of all, what a Facebook party is or a virtual event. I think that some people might get a little bit confused. A Facebook event is really an awareness event. What we know about Facebook events is that they have lower sales per person than in-person event. But the real value in Facebook parties is the long-time relationship and long-time value of that new relationship. Facebook events are not a replacement for your in-home party. They really are an addition. And again, we're very analytical. We keep track of success, and we know actually that in-home parties provide more sales, faster success, faster team building than a Facebook event. But again, if you just use the event for the idea of spreading the message, building awareness, building trust, and introducing Norwex to a larger group of people, then you've got a great recipe for success. Now, of course, it's better than a cancellation or a book party. You know, nothing is more powerful than the ability to connect with someone, demonstrate the product. Of course, virtually that is via video usually. And a lot of times there's people that don't necessarily have the ability to go out in the evenings. Maybe they've got young children or a husband that works shift work, but they would most definitely consider sitting around watching on their tablet, smartphone, or computer an introduction to your company and your offerings. So again, that virtual event, a great supplement for your business. But the biggest benefit of a virtual event is actually the follow-up. You take that online relationship and turn it into an offline relationship by providing customer service, phone calls, adding them to your Ripple Effect newsletter, and this way they become that loyal customer even if you haven't met them in person. So why that virtual event? Well, listen, we know that it helps increase sales each month. It's an alternative to just dropping off catalogs for a book party and expecting the hostess to collect orders from her friends. If the host doesn't have a lot of people that live by her, this is an opportunity to open it up to friends and family that live a little further away. Bad weather can be a situation that causes a lot of cancellations. So really it allows for that no excuse not to party. And if you live in a small area or you're just not willing to drive the long distances to meet new customers, again, a virtual event or Facebook party can be a great option there as well. Many reasons to consider looking at a Facebook party. We sort of recommend that you have a few home parties under your belt and then take a look at our new training area that really speaks to how do you turn that in-home party into a virtual event. In the consultant office area under the training tab, you'll see that we've got a social media area with that Facebook party training all laid out. Under the social media training area, you'll also find some great marketing tips in the form of video. Now, we're going to talk about a few events. However, I want to open up the idea or the possibility of all the different ways you could use virtual events, whether it be Zoom or Skype. Typically, you can use them as a supplement to a physical in-home party. You can use them as opportunity events to grow your team, mega party events, booking blitzes to help your team get lots of bookings on the calendar. You can even host team meetings, have VIP groups where you can host events that reward your loyal customers. But also we've seen events for new consultant development training, how to host coach. So there really is no limit to the types of events you can do online that would benefit your home party business. We are going to talk about 4 specifically. There's the supplement to the home party, there's the booking blitz, the opportunity, and the mega party event. So please take a look at the consultant office area for more information on all of these. And right now we're going to dive right into a supplement to the home party. So Kara, can you please explain to me a little bit more about what the supplement to a home party is? This is an event on Facebook, but how do you use it?
Absolutely. So let me just set the stage a little bit. I'm from a small town in North Dakota called Velva, home to just over about 1,100 people. And my direct upline is also my red jacket and lives in the same town. So I knew 5 years ago that when I became a consultant, back in 2012, in order for me to have success with this business, I needed to not only get out of my small town, but I needed to branch out of North Dakota. Before my life as a consultant, I worked in a local computer store as a service department manager for 6 years. So I have kind of this IT background. So I really loved harnessing the power of the computer and social media. My calendar typically in the winter and the summer is going to look like 3 to 4 home parties and 6 to 8 Facebook parties, and then flipped in the spring and fall when the weather is nicer and I can do more home parties. Enough to be a top seller with Norwex the past 3 years in a row, and my average monthly sales is probably right around 9,500. So with that, yes, I do a lot of Facebook parties, but the anchor of my business is the home party. As you may or may not know, the average buying guest at a home party is probably right around 5 to 8, I would say, or at least that's my average, whereas a Facebook party can easily be upwards of 10 or more. So I like to leverage Facebook for my home parties by having a supporting Facebook event that runs in coordination with the home party itself. You can have a link right there for them. So it's a great way to collect outside orders. And I do this because there's always going to be people that can't make it to the home party, right? For whatever reason, last minute issue came up, or the kid got sick, or maybe they don't live in the same town.
I love it. So this is really an event that you run a little bit before the actual in-home party event. Is that right, Kara?
Exactly. When I'm doing my hostess coaching and I set everything up on the back office, I typically will launch the Facebook party event at the same time. And I tell the host, okay, I'm going to take a look at your host documents. I'm going to send you an email with everything that you need to know. And I'm also going to create your Facebook event for you. And I like to do that because I like to have control over what is posted and how the privacy settings are set up. I always make the event private, and then I set the home party host, say it's Sarah. Well, I set Sarah as the co-host to the Facebook event so that she can go in and invite her friends as well. Remember, this is a way for her to collect outside orders, but it also serves as a reminder to those that are actually going to attend the home party, because as soon as they RSVP to that event, they're going to get a Facebook reminder one day before and the day of the event, which is great so that they don't forget about it.
I love that. That's built in from Facebook. And so if they
Absolutely
connected with that event, they sort of get that pop-up on their smartphone, or, even by email that this event is coming up. So that's sort of a added bonus, I guess.
Definitely.
Okay, so give us an idea here. These are a couple of your post examples. Give us an idea of, is this event the same as a Facebook party online, or, what kind of posts are you talking about putting in this event?
Well, for me, I run this different from, say, my 30-minute live interactive Facebook party. This is just kind of more of a brief introduction. I do have some various posts. Some of them do mirror what my Facebook live event is going to look like, but it's more simple, and it doesn't need to have a lot of info. Typically, I'm going to post some sort of introduction to myself. I have a little video that I post, and then usually a little picture of my family in the comments. Just, I'm a real life person just like they are. Probably the most important thing, though, that you want to be posting is the shopping link. And something that I've learned over time, people are very visual. And so I like to have this sort of rainbow shopping cart image as a way to not only catch their attention, but when the host is messaging me throughout the 3 weeks and even the few days after the party, where do I find the link again? I can say, oh, just look for the rainbow shopping carts. And then you include the direct shopping link, which you get from your back office right there in that post.
And really, the host can then say, hey, if you missed my event, you can still shop. Sort of tag them in the event, and they've got everything they need right there, as well as you. So if they have a specific question, like, can I order this and ship it to myself in California? You're in the event able to answer those questions as they're in there trying to figure out how to order.
Definitely. Yep.
I love it. Okay. And then you also like using Norwex before and after photos. What other tips and ideas can you give here that would really keep people engaged on that event, whether they come to the home party or not?
Well, I think seeing is believing with Norwex. So you're going to have a hard time making them believers when they're looking through a computer, but if you can show them before and afters, that's kind of been my bread and butter as a consultant. I remember the first thing I did, even when I was still working full time, was to take before and after pictures, because I needed to prove to myself that these worked. So by having a Pinterest board that you can easily link, copy and paste that link into this Facebook event, and then if they want to click into it, if they're new to Norwex, need some proof, well, they can click right through all these pictures and take a look. You can also catch their attention with some fun GIFs. Norwex has their awesome Jiffy channel if you just go to jiffy.com/Norwex. And of course, the YouTube videos, especially the new ones that Norwex just put out. You don't have to put a bunch of them, just grab one or two, maybe one on products and one on recruiting, make it simple. And remember, they're really there for that shopping link. So keeping the rainbow shopping carts at the top is really going to help you with those outside orders.
I love it. And so we often hear too that people like to or want to learn how to create their own material. So you guys on the Social Advisory Council really went and created a few training videos that people can find in the social media area on the consultant office. So one of them is titled Creating Social Media Content to Promote Your Party Business. And you guys really do walk through how to create your own types of videos and images, different resources, and even apps on a smartphone. So if people are interested in using Norwex collateral, obviously it's there available, ready for you to use and share in any event that you host. But also if you're interested in creating your own, just want to point people to that consultant office area, a training video called Creating Social Media Content to Promote Your Business. At the end of the day though, Kira, any event, whether it's a party event, a booking event, booking blitz, any sort of thing, really the value that I keep hearing from you ladies on the Social Media Advisory Council is the fortunes in the follow-up. We hear this in home party business, and how is this similar to an online event, and maybe why is it actually more important for the online experience that you personally follow up? Can you give us some ideas and insight here?
Definitely. So for me, I have what I like to think of as a pretty decent online presence. And so when I go to these home parties, one of the things that I like to do at checkout is to ask them if they would like to be invited into my VIP group. So once the home party is over and I go home and I'm doing all my work on my computer, I will generally send out a follow-up email using the back office. And I like to do this. I wait until after the order has shipped so that I can include the tracking as well. And then inside of that email that I have said, your tracking is below, thank you for your order, I invite them to be in my VIP group. And then that is going to funnel them into, my sales that I have and my special events and maybe some recruiting events that I have inside of my VIP group. So here we're kind of converting them from customers into lifers, if you will. You can also do this by sending out a private message or even a text message to the guests with a quick thank you. And if you want, you can include that VIP group link as well. By doing this, you're not only going to create loyal customers, but the beauty of it is, your local customers are coming to your home parties, but you can have these outside orders from all over the US. So you've sort of this melting pot of customers from all over the country.
I love. You're basically saying there's sort of two ways to do this. The traditional way is, you meet them at the home party. When you get home, you send them an email saying, thank you, here's your tracking order. It might be the next day or within 48 hours is good protocol, but it's basically that first touch point. Thank you for your order. Or, if you have any questions. So you do use the follow-up, 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, just to make sure that you're offering great customer service. You're doing at the home party, you're inviting them online to join you sort of in the Facebook world. And
right.
If I hear you correctly, the people that you haven't met personally, say from this Facebook supplement event, you can then take the relationship from online and maybe offer to give them a call personally. So you really are offering that personal relationship, whether you met them in person or whether you met them through a virtual event. It sounds to me like the steps really are no different. You really aim to offer customer service. And if I hear you properly, it really doesn't change whether you do this via a Facebook event, you take it offline and call them or private message them or text them or email them and vice versa.
Yeah, I mean, to me, a customer is a customer, whether, I digitally meet them on Facebook or I meet them in person. I still want them to, at some point, hear my voice and to see the presence that I have on Facebook and social media.
I love it. So really, Facebook events do allow you a little bit more reach. You can reach across state lines, country lines, literally connect with people that you may never meet face to face. Even if you didn't meet them face to face, you could call them to start that rapport of turning them into a connection, because right now maybe they're not even a customer, maybe they haven't even ordered yet, but you take the opportunity to get to know them by reaching out to them and offering more information or to give them a call to answer questions. But really, whether it starts online or in person, the whole idea is to follow up with everyone to make them a loyal customer. Who knows? We've heard often that customers become the host, become the next team member. And so if you have that idea, you look after them right from the minute you meet them, hoping that eventually they will become more.
And the great thing is, once, if you have a VIP group and you get them into there from inviting them, then they know how to get a hold of you in the future. They're not left wandering around Facebook trying to figure out the name of the person that did the party from the party you were invited to 6 months ago. I mean, your name is right there in front of them.
Well, this was such a great tip for using a Facebook event, side by side alongside that in-person home party. Thanks for taking the time. And of course, I want to remind the listeners that under step 5 in the consultant office area, we've got extra tips and ideas about how you want to do the follow-up. But guys, listen, this isn't rocket science. The way you do follow-up normally from a home party event really doesn't differ that much from, an online virtual event. The whole idea with follow-up is to offer exceptional customer service, because it's much easier to keep a customer you have than to find a brand new one. So that really is the idea here. Kira, thank you so much for your tips and ideas here. We appreciate it. And guys, make sure that you're listening to the other trainings. We have event training on opportunity events, a booking blitz, mega events. And so please take a look at your consultant office area. There's so much more to offer, so much great training that these girls have developed and are willing to share with you all. And again, Kira, thank you so much for your time today.
My pleasure. Thanks, Sherry.